Good morning. How are y'all doing this morning? So great to be back. So, my two things that I'll share, and I've shared this one every time we have this topic. I mean, this is just what is right there, the secret formula. The secret formula to take responsibility, to understand if you are in that victim mode, and and an opportunity. And I'll share a life lesson that helps you get out of that, or maybe even avoid that it will keep showing up if you feel like it is. So, simple formula is E plus R equals O. E is the event that happens to you, whatever it is that's happening, everything that Dr. Connor was talking about. When those things are happening and when you're having those realizations, that's your event. Now you add that to how your reaction is about it. So, how are you reacting to that? And then that will change your outcome based on how you filter that reaction. And the reaction is, oh my gosh, it's happening again, is going to make that outcome a bad outcome. If in turn you said something like, we've talked about this a lot, it's like, wow, this is happening to make me stronger, to make me think differently, to make me get, do something different, then your outcome is going to be different. So here's my life lesson. If I can put that into perspective for you, for E plus R equals O. How to avoid getting there. Well, first of all, you're always going to be there. Your reaction is going to be what your outcome is. But my life lesson, I think this is life lesson number 128, somewhere in there. Now, this one might even be down the road a little bit further. This is probably life lesson 2373, actually. I might have had it in there twice. It showed up a couple times. But this one is get out of your comfort zone now. And the reason why I say that is get out of your comfort zone now is if you live in your comfort zone, it's comfortable. And if you're in your comfort zone and this event happens and it's a bad event, well, when something bad happens and you're in your comfort zone, it's going to suck you down to uncomfortable. And what I mean by that is uncomfortable is my example back in 2015, we had a pretty comfortable life. I mean, and actually comfort bar raises every time you move through life, and every time you have more accomplishments, you get comfortable again. And you got to stay out of that comfort zone with having people push you, telling people what your goals are, telling people what your dreams are, having a coach, whatever it is, friends, family, peers to push you out of your comfort zone. So when I lost my wife in 2015, we were above comfortable. If I had been sitting at comfort zone that we're at I mean, I'm there all the time. I'm always getting comfortable. Then when something bad happened and pulled me out of my life for 5 months to be sitting in a hospital room with her while she was in a coma, that would have sucked me to uncomfortable. Like now I got to worry about, well, gosh, if I'm out of work for 5 months, how am I paying my house bill? How am I paying my car bill? How am I doing this? How am I doing that? Instead, by being in that out of comfort level, when something bad happened to me like that, it sucked me down to comfortable. My house payments were made for 5 months. My car payments were made for 5 months. My daughter was in college. I had another daughter in high school. They made it to school every day. I don't know how that happened. It's kind of like when you get married, you cannot remember the wedding. Like, who was there? What happened? Oh my God, it's a whirlwind. That 5 months was a whirlwind. I don't even know how that stuff happened, but I stayed out of my comfort zone. So E plus R equals O, and then stay out of your comfort zone so that when these bad things do happen, first of all, you'll have a different reaction to it now. But secondly, it will suck you down to comfortable and you can pull out of it faster. And most importantly, you can focus on who or whatever is happening at that moment more than having to add more things to your plate. So that's my share for this morning.
Boom. That was awesome, Brad. E plus R equals O means if we really want to change our lives, we need to stop blaming the events, the circumstances, and other people, and stop focusing our thoughts, images, and behaviors, our responses. That's where the power to produce the kind of outcome we truly want is, and getting out of our comfort zone. Yeah, thank you for that, Brad. And, thank you for sharing a really vulnerable time in your life, but using it to really help illustrate that it is possible, even in those really darker emotional times. And sometimes I think people's emotions belie what's the opportunity to move forward. We get so comfortable even being in, the uncomfortable emotions, right? Like we'll hang out even though we don't like being sad. There's a part of us that keeps us being sad, right? Until we decide to take responsibility, take action, get outside of that comfort zone. And so thank you for that, Brad, and lots of love. And I'm going to pass the mic over to Jill, who I skipped over. And I want to see if she's available. Jill, are you there?
I am here. Good morning, and thank you. Sorry, I had a call come in. Yeah, it's good. I'm so glad to be here this morning, and I love what Coach Korn just said. I was going to say one thing, and then I went to, after hearing him, made me think of something else, and related to what Coach Korn went through is I lost my husband in 2016, and I was thinking about how did I get through that? And you're so right. How it's just, how did you get through? Everything was taken care of. And getting in that comfort zone or being out of the comfort zone, that's where the magic happens. It's really where we are able to experience our best lives. And when we stay comfortable and we continue to do things that are easy for us, we, as much as they say, lean into pleasure, and there's all this thing now today about leaning into pleasure, find your happy place and things will come to you and you'll have natural attraction when you just start doing things you love. And I've tried that for a while, and it's like, I'm not getting anything done doing that. And I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just saying that I noticed that I have to. This morning I was watching something, and they said, I think it was Mel Robbins, and she said, I'm sitting here, and I was going to go to the gym, and now I'm sitting here in the sun, and I just said I'd sit and have my coffee, and 4 hours later I'm still here, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds like me. And she said, so what am I going to do? She said, the things that I don't want to do are the things I need to be doing. And she said, so I got up and she went to the gym. And I thought, that's the magic, is sometimes the things we don't want to do are the things that we're afraid of. I know we all into this thing of like doing things that bring us pleasure and don't do things that are hard. But, I used to do that before. And when I did that, I was happier. I was happier accomplishing and moving forward than sitting and doing things that brought me pleasure and saying, well, if I don't feel like doing it, I'm just not going to do it. No, because that way I don't get anything done, and then I feel bad about myself. So really just getting out of that comfort zone and do things that challenge you, and getting a coach, having an accountability partner, having someone who's going to hold you accountable and lift you up. Find people that you can connect with that will not just tell you what you want to hear, but challenge you and ask you, hey, you said you were going to read that book 15 minutes a day. Are you doing that? How's that going? What's that book? What book are you reading? And then it sparks you into action. I find that when I hang with people that are living at a level higher than me, I am motivated to do more and be more. And so that's my contribution, is just, I think ultimately, is to get out of your comfort zone, like Coach Korn said, and also to do something that you are afraid to do today. And third is reach out to someone, or reach out to a group, someone that might inspire you, or someone that you want to emulate and be like, and ask them to hold you accountable for something today. This is Jill. I'm complete.
Oh, yeah, that was just awesome, Jill. Thank you for bringing all that to the table. And again, for really like taking your life experience and making it really granular for us, because I do agree with that. And that's what's wonderful about this room, because I think we get some incredible people in here, and there's such transformation possible out of being with people who are up to something, and they're maybe engaged at a level beyond where you are, or maybe they're not engaged at a level beyond where you are, but they have a completely new way of looking at life, something that's going to, embolden you to grow. And so I really, really appreciate what you said. And I think you're right. Getting out of that comfort zone is really, really key. Taking those actions, the things that we're fearful about, to just say, that, eureka, that is exactly the place I need to be, or the way of being that I need to participate in. Because for some people, it's like they don't want to be vulnerable, but maybe being vulnerable is going to bring you what you want in a relationship where you're the empowered party in it. Just as an example. Anyway, thank you so much for being you. Love you. And I'm passing the mic down to Tiffany. Hi, Tiff.